At first glance, The Devil Wears Prada looks like a shiny fashion movie. It is not. It is a slow lesson in how power walks, talks, and quietly eats your personality for breakfast. Andy enters that world like most outsiders do, with honesty, with effort, and with zero idea what kind of machine she just stepped into. She thinks hard work is enough. Cute. In a place like Runway, hard work is only the entry ticket, not the reward. Miranda Priestly does not even need to scream all the time. That is the scary part. She just exists, and everybody around her starts behaving like their life depends on one phone call, which, in that office, it probably does. Andy starts off clumsy, late, confused, mentally still living in a world where being real should be enough. It is not. That is one of the first brutal truths in life. The world does not always reward your sincerity. It rewards your adjustment. And when Andy finally begins to learn the pace, the codes, the rhythm, she becomes better, faster, sharper, more useful. That is when the applause begins. Funny how that works. People ignore you until you become effective. Then suddenly they act like they always believed in you. Then comes the personal cost. Her boyfriend, her friends, they start getting irritated. Not only because she is busy, but because she is changing. And people say they love growth, right until your growth stops being convenient for them. Now you are no longer the same easy, available, predictable person. Now you have standards, a schedule, a spine. That becomes a problem. Her boyfriend especially feels like one of those men who wants the woman's ambition, as long as it does not disturb his dinner plan. Very modern, very fragile. And her friends too. They are not evil, just comfortable. Comfortable people hate when somebody around them starts climbing because it makes their own laziness look louder. Then there is Emily. Emily is rude. Emily is cold. Emily sounds like she was raised by a spreadsheet. But Emily is honest. And honestly, in a world like this, honesty hurts less than fake comfort. She teaches Andy something important, not through kindness, through pressure. That high-status environments are not built on feelings. They are built on precision, timing, presentation, memory, control. Miss one thing and the whole room knows. That is why the film works so well, because Runway is not just a magazine, it is a social hierarchy with better lighting. And then, Paris. That is where the movie stops pretending. Andy sees the top of the mountain, and she realizes the view is beautiful, but the air is toxic. This is where Miranda becomes even more interesting, because she is not just a villain, she is survival in expensive shoes. She makes choices that are morally ugly, but strategically smart. And that is the uncomfortable truth the film keeps pressing into your face. In powerful spaces, people do not always choose what is right. They choose what keeps them alive. That is the real lesson. The question is not, can you become successful? Anyone can suffer their way into success. The real question is, who do you become while getting there? Andy understands finally that if she keeps going blindly, she will not just lose her boyfriend, or her friends, or her old life. She will lose the person who knew what she actually stood for. And that is the scariest kind of loss. Not dramatic, not loud, just slow. By the end, she does the most grown-up thing in the film. She walks away, not from ambition, from becoming hollow, because that is the fine print nobody reads. Success can upgrade your clothes, your salary, your status, and still bankrupt your self-respect. So yeah, The Devil Wears Prada is not a fashion story. It is a warning about power, about identity, about the price of fitting in, and about the moment you realize the room is impressed with your performance, while your soul is somewhere outside, waiting to be called back.